Okay, guys, so we're just gonna start this live stream up in just a few minutes or so. Just gonna wait for some people to trickle in to the live stream. Gonna go over the economic calendar. I'm gonna go over the earnings for the week and what we see shaping up in the overall market because this week is going to be absolutely wild. There is so much to look at. So we'll get into that all in a second. I'm just going to put on the screen for you guys here the earnings for the week so you guys could take a look at some of that while we wait a little bit. I mean, there's some interesting ones just looking, but you know, all in all, earnings season is basically, coming to an end. So not really that interested in trading some of these, unless something really jumps out. But if you are trading around earnings, like I say all the time, get ready to pay up in premiums. Get ready and be prepared for that IV crush. Okay, you got to be aware of that stuff. All right, so we have the economic calendar here. This is, like I said, a jam-packed week. Very, very heavy Fed week, very heavy macroeconomic data week. And it's all about this Friday, the jobs number. All right, so I'm going to bring up actually our US economic calendar here so that we can all take a look at that. Hope you guys like the Christmas tree in the background. Just a little bit of a different view. I spent literally all weekend decorating the house, decorating the front of the house, decorating the inside of the house. There's many Christmas trees in our home. I have two young girls. So if you guys have kids out there, you know how it is. And, I hope everyone also had a great Thanksgiving holiday with friends and family and, food. Football, not great as far as the football went for me. Being a Giants fan, not that great. But anyway, let's just get right into it. So, the economic calendar right here, like I had said. So, if you are not aware, if you're not looking at this, I highly recommend that you start every morning looking at the economic calendar for the day. And this is something we post every single day in our Discord. It's something we need to know, especially trading the overall indexes. Like a lot of us do, we're trading the SPY, we're trading the Qs, we're trading futures. So at noon today, you have two Fed presidents speaking. It's possible that this could move the markets a little bit, but you just have to be aware. Be aware. At noon today, this is going on. And then Tuesday, some home things, some consumer confidence, not really crazy on Tuesday. And then here comes the data starting on Wednesday. Just an up and down day filled with economic data, filled with Fed speak. Look at this right here. Whoop. 1:30 p.m. Jerome Powell speaks, and that could definitely move the markets. And 2 p.m. you have the beige book. So These things can definitely move that market when you're in a trade around that time and some quotes, some headlines start to come out. Be very careful. All right. You got to be careful this week. Wednesday is a big day. Thursday is even bigger. You have the PCE in the morning before the market opens. So the Fed loves to look at the core PCE price index. It's one of their favorite inflation data, and you know we have to just wait and see. But this is definitely going to move that pre-market session. So if you're trading futures in the pre-market, if you're holding, if you're swing trading this week, good luck. Because it's going to be just a wild up and down week. And something that we said on our weekly watch list video was the fact that volatility for the coming week was most likely going to increase a lot. And with that elevated VIX, you can see premiums get elevated as well. So just keep that in mind. And then on Friday, like I said, the non-farm payroll, the NFPs. This is big. The unemployment rate. This is huge. This is what I believe is driving the Fed. I think the Fed has already looked at previous inflation reports and they see inflation pulling on back. Now it's still very high. Inflation is still affecting most people around the globe. So that is still a problem. But I think they've seen inflation start to roll over. Not that they're going to stop raising rates or pause, but what they want to see is the labor market to loosen. The only way for that to happen is for the unemployment rate to go up. So they want people to lose jobs, which is sad, but true. That's what they're looking for. They want to see less jobs created. They want to see average hourly earnings come down. And unfortunately, to loosen up the labor market, that's what's going to need to happen. And the Fed is not going to stop or pause or cut until they see the labor market really, really suffer. All right. So that's one of their main concerns. Guys, if you can hear the stream, let me know about the volume. Maybe type into the chat there. Let me know how it sounds. I could always adjust it on my end. All right, so something else that I wanted to show you guys here is the bond yields. What we're seeing with the yields are a huge curve inversion. What does that mean? That means that you have these shorter dated treasury notes, right? The 1 month, the 3 month, 6 year, the 2 year, the 3 year. You have these shorter term durations yielding way more now than the 10-year, the 20-year. This is not good. Usually a curve inversion of this magnitude, when you can get something for 1 month and grab 4% in a month, just holding till it matures, I mean, it's just a no-brainer. And it's also showing weakness in the economy, what the market perceives as future weakness in the economy. I should correct myself there. It's perceiving the potential for a weak economy and the possibility for a recession. Now I'm going to pull up here this curve inversion. So this is what I'm talking about with that 3 month and the 10-year treasury yield. Every time it inverted, you can see back here below the zero line, every single time there has been a recession that has come up after that. All right. So you got to keep that in mind. These treasury yields and the yield curve is totally inverted right now, even with the 1 month. So that's a big deal. A lot of people are going to be looking at that. It's definitely a sign of a weaker economy coming up in 2023, 2024. It's the normal way that an economy works. We've been in a bull market for a very long time. It's just only normal to get these recessions. It's not, it's rough for business, but it's just a normal part of our everyday, not every day, but it's a normal part of the economic um, landscape. It's just the way it is. It is what it is. You're going to see recessions. They're not great for business. They're not great for my own business. So I don't want to see it, but what the bond market is telling us is that it's highly probable. So that could be coming up. Just keep that in mind. All right, I want to jump onto the screens here. We have 14 minutes to the bell. So what we're going to look at is I'm going to take a look at a few stocks, some stocks that I'm watching. I'm going to take a look at the overall market, and I'm going to show you guys a trade that I took this morning on momentum stock TBLA. All right, so if we go in here, TBLA, and as expected, this is holding up. I had made a post and a video over here of this first move up, and I said what normally will happen is it will pull back to VWAP before more traders start to wake up. So a lot of times you'll get that first move up while not everybody is at their trading desk. It is what it is. And I know that going in. When I'm trading pre-market, if I'm trading at 7 a.m. Eastern time, I know I have a limited room here to take some profit. And that's what I did. I got in, let's see if I could show my trades here. Maybe it'll pop up here. And also, just to show you guys the indicators that I use when I'm trading this is very simple. It's VWAP and it's the 9 EMA. When you see momentum going up like this, the 9 EMA is a great place to get in on the pullbacks. In a market like this, getting in on pullbacks gives you a better risk to reward. So I don't know why it's not showing my, oh, I didn't click show trades. Let's see if it comes up. All right, it's still not showing the trades here, but I'll show you on monitor that I took 2,000 shares here. We got in at 709. So I was trying to get in and jump the gun right before that next 5-minute candle to get that move higher. And this is the way I did it. I went all in with my 2,000 shares at 280, at 709, just about 710. And then I started scaling out. I like to scale out of my position, especially when I think there could be more room to run. Now, obviously, we're always expecting there to be more room to run. But this is where I got in here at 709, this candle here back to the 9 EMA, and then got this. Did I get the very top? No. But that's totally fine. $200 in about a 3-minute time frame. So you can see here, it's still popping up. This stock has a very good catalyst with Yahoo. So, such a small company like this, small stock, Yahoo made a huge investment in it, and they actually took 25% of the shares outstanding. So this is a huge float. Yahoo just took 25% of that float away. So that makes the stock even more attractive. And there you go. Some nice moves there on TBLA you're seeing right now. Currently 10 minutes to the bell. All right, show trades doesn't want to work. That's fine. We don't need that. All right, so this is what the VIX looks like on the year. As I said during our weekly watch list video, this is where we closed out the week down here at 20. This has been a very key area of a bounce of demand for the VIX. We see that here, it's gapping up, but it's gapping up right to this 20 moving, I'm sorry, this is the 9 moving average. I want to put on, you'll see the 20 moving average act as resistance here. So every time it tried to pop up, it pops up to the 20 and then pulls on back. So you still have about $1 move there in the VIX, but the VIX is up a lot already. So it's up 8%, give or take. That's a pretty big gap up as the overall market is gapping down. And that's something that I also expected to happen. To show your trades, change the time frame from 1 minute. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, I saw that. I've also tried that a million times, but yeah, sometimes Thinkorswim just, it is what it is. Sometimes it'll show it. Sometimes I'll switch to the 5 minute, the 3 minute. It still won't show the trades. But that's why I brought up my monitor so that you guys could see when I got in, when I got out. But thanks, Tom. Good morning, Mr. Lanza. How are you? Thanks for that nice comment, by the way, in our Discord. I appreciate that. So anyway, let's take a look at the SPY. And I know we have 7 minutes to the bell. So I don't normally trade the open anyway. So for me, I'm just going to continue to go right through the bell and take a look at some stocks. Some things I want to look at is Apple. I want to look at Tesla. But I want to start with the overall markets. So the overall markets, this is where the SPY is sitting. You guys know this is the 200 moving average. Very key. It was key. It is key. That's why it's on my charts here, on the daily chart. You have the downtrend line that everybody has drawn out. I get that. Everybody has this same stuff on their chart. Now, what that means, who knows? But this is what the technicals are showing at the moment. You couldn't really break out of this 403 area, but it was on light volume last week, so I'm not really that concerned. If we do see a pullback, you have some support down here as well. This 390 area has been a massive area. I show you guys this all the time. This was a very good spot for that next bounce. And it's the same spot back here in the summer that we bounced off of. All right. So the market is basically at the same point it was back in the summer. We've had a lot of things happen in between, and it shook a lot of people out, and it made market sentiment really, really, really low here. And that's something else that I went over in our video, is that when sentiment is so low and you're oversold by so much, this is now the next leg up, all right? You get these bear market bounces. You have to try your best when things are looking bad, like Warren Buffett always says, when things are so scary, that's the time they like to buy. Now, you don't have to buy with a full position. If you want to do something long term, start to nibble on some things. And then if it comes back down, then you could take a little bit more. And that's the way you build positions during a bottoming formation like this. Now, I'm not saying next year we don't revisit this. It's definitely possible. Anything is possible. We could revisit this week. Anything is possible. And we've seen some really big red candles before. So, what I'm watching is what everyone else is watching. What's going to happen up here? All right. If we go to the 30-minute chart on the SPY, you can see here it's been trading in this range. All right. Can't get over this 403. It's seen support down here at 394. And then obviously, like we had said, 390. So that's what we're currently looking at the moment. Where can we, come down to? Where will we see support potentially? Or will we start to break out? And if we do break out, you're breaking out right into all that resistance. You have a very big week ahead of you. There's a lot of, things that market participants just don't know the answer to yet. So are they really going to get extremely aggressive going into a week like this? I don't know. I'm just not sure. I know that I wouldn't get aggressive yet until I saw some of that data come out, until I heard Powell speak on Wednesday. So prepare for volatility. It's definitely going to be possible. The Qs are really boring at the moment. It's just setting up this little wedge here. Nothing much really going on here. This has definitely underperformed the Dow. It's definitely underperformed the S&P 500, and it's still sitting, well off its highs. I mean, we can look here, just going back, you're still down 28% on the year, 29%. That's a very big move, but everybody should be aware of that anyway. All right, 2 minutes to the bell. Is anybody looking at any stocks in particular? Because I'm pretty interested in Tesla and Apple. Tesla and Apple overnight, because of China fears, have been selling off pretty big in the pre-market. So let's take a look at that. These are my Tesla levels right here. This is where we see support, and then it breaks down. It's resistance so far at this 180 mark. So these are going to be levels that I'm looking at. Tesla, if you can't tell, I mean, each one of these this is a day, and this is the after hours pre-market session. This is the day. You can see that the lows are sometimes resistance. The lows are sometimes resistance. And then it started to turn around. And then again, resistance here was then support here on Friday. So this is a very technically traded, retail traded, algorithm traded stock on technicals. So it could be, and that's why it is a heavily day traded stock. But these are my levels. This is what I'm looking at right now. As we gap down on Tesla, will we continue to go down on that news? Apple, same thing, gapping down, to lows basically we haven't seen in 2 weeks, which is not the best sign. Currently at 145. Something about this too that's very important on this daily chart. That means that we're going to be gapping down under the 50 moving average. All right. So if you're at 145, you're going to be gapping down under the 50, which is a very important key indicator for Apple. You saw the same thing happen down here. All right, there's the bell. Let's see what happens. Good morning, Bruno. This is when we got to watch Apple, but we have to watch the overall market. There goes Apple. Overall market pushing up. It's going to be pushing up into resistance. Apple has a big gap to fill. Down almost 2% right here. What I would want to see is I would want to see the SPY break out and hold up, and then I would think that Apple has the possibility of doing the same, but you're going to be coming into resistance here. If anybody else is looking at Apple. $145, so now you're going to be looks like that 50 moving average is sitting at around 146.25. Would love to see that just be broken right through. Nice move on Apple. Here you go. You got the SPY down here on the bottom. To the penny, hit 400. Let's see if we could rip through that. Nice break. Nice break. There you go. There you go, Apple. Closing the gap to the 50. $146 it hit and pulled on back. And by the way, market structure is important. So what the market has been doing for a couple of weeks now, it's kind of been building off of the bottom. All right. So it's been in an uptrend and then it's been consolidating. We're gapping down today. So would it be a good time to possibly get in long as you're getting a chance with the gap down? The only problem is last week was pretty low volume. So, you know, what happened last week's not really that great to tell. But I do like the way that this is moving off the open Apple. If you get a break through 146, maybe get back to 147 through the 50. Really nice move on Apple. There you go. Maybe some of you guys got this trade. If you're willing to wait for these trades to happen, you can really scalp some nice trades off the open. I don't really like to do it, but when you're in these spots here on the gap down, sometimes it happens. Sean, what's going on, buddy? Nice 150. That's great. $150, guys. That's what's so awesome about the stock market. I mean, 150 bucks that you could make in such a quick amount of time. Now you can also lose it in a quick amount of time, right? So you have to be able to manage risk, but if you can get consistent, I mean, the sky is really the limit, which is so exciting about the market. But you have to be disciplined. I like Apple right here. Come on, let's go. Keep pushing up. I want to see if did this reject here at the 200? I mean, at the 50. So you're at the 50 right now on the daily chart. What we want to see is a break of the 50, like what happened back here. When we gapped down, that's the way these candles start, the gap down, and then had a really, really big day. This was an excellent move on Apple, guys. An excellent move with the SPY. This is why I was telling you guys to watch this. Get that break. It looks like this first rejection here was just a rejection of the 50 moving average on the daily chart. Sometimes algorithms will come in and just take a quick pullback trade there. We're going to really want to see this break this 50-day moving average. See what Tesla is doing. Tesla looking good, came back here for a retest of a key level. This could be nice. Could be nice for continuation on Tesla. You can see these gap downs were not lasting long. Got some room on Tesla too if this wants to open up. Gonna want the overall market though to also open up. SPX here opened up around the 4,000 level. It's cleared that. That's good. There's a gap. I'm liking it so far. Tesla's setting up a bull flag here on the 1 minute. See if we could break. This thing can really get going too if it gets momentum. Let's get that quick break of 182. Could really pop if it does. Boom. See that breakout there, guys, on Tesla? Very nice. Very nice. Exactly what a bull flag looks like. Trying to do it here. That's a bull flag breakout right there. Really, really nice. Nice action here on these stocks, guys. These stocks that we had on watch, they gave some opportunity off the open. But the overall market, the SPY is still down just about 0.5% on the day. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The market's still red. Tesla moving up even more. Beautiful move. Apple. Let's go. Let's see if that 9 helps out here. So that's just a rejection of the 50 moving average off the open. Really, really going to need to see that break. Don't want to be stuck at the end of the day with a candle that went right into it and then pulled on back. That's not going to be very bullish for Apple going forward. So I want to see this continue and possibly break out. You can see here, see the SPY pulling on back? Apple sort of diverging just a bit from that. Anybody else looking at anything besides Apple and Tesla? I could look it up for you guys if you want. Oh, now it's got my trades shown. These were my trades on TBLA this morning. Like I said, got in at 709 and started to scale out here. And see that quick pop off the open? That's very common to get that dip and rip here. And then it's been selling off to VWAP. Now it's at $3 a share. Market's pulling on back. Tesla has given us the best trades here off the open. Once the key levels were broken, going back, I'll show you guys what we just went over before. So once those key levels are broken, that retest of it is a really, really good spot. Okay? So you break it, you retest it, and then it continues to go higher. That's a very nice sign there. Led to some good trades on Tesla. Is the SPY going to try to hold up here at 400? Man, beauty. This was the one to trade today, guys. Tesla, nice, another nice bull flag breakout here in the making. Solid. Already filled the gap. Now it's up for the day. And that's why this stock was on our Sunday watch list, just for this. I mean, it did help that it was gapping down. That's really nice. Nice when it happens like that. Look at that. Bull flag, break. Just taking a look at the yields. I like to look at these. Tesla trying to set up again. Apple. This is right along that 50 moving average. See this? That's why you're seeing some stalling out right there. It's just algorithms. That's all. But like I said, last time we opened up below the 50, when we had supported, it did reclaim it. It did reclaim the 50 last time. It's trying to do that right now. This is right where it is. This is right where the 50 is. If anybody's still watching and they haven't hit the thumbs up for me, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it a lot. Let's go, Apple. VIX is starting to turn around and go higher. That's not great. It's not great that the VIX is up almost 7%. Sometimes when we've seen this, we've seen some really big pullbacks in the market. So everybody just be aware of that. We have VWAP down here at 400. 400 is going to be clear on the SPY. 4,000. 4,000 is going to be and should be a clear support. If it breaks 4,000 on the SPX, which is the S&P 500, that's not a good sign. As you see the VIX continue now to climb. So be careful now. SPY coming down to 400. Rejection of the 50 on Apple. Pulling back. SPY pulling back. Tesla pulling back. Market pulling back. Now down over 0.5% on the SPY. The Qs are outperforming. I'm sure Tesla's helping that. If you guys are wondering why I have a 5-minute chart down here and a 1-minute here, I take my trades off the 1-minute, but the 5-minute it gives you a better, clearer vision of where the market is going. That's why I like to look at the 5-minute here. And a lot of people trade off the 5-minute. So if you're watching it, like the reason why I got into my trade this morning on that momentum stock was right before that next 5-minute candle was about to start. SPY coming down to 400. Let's see, will volume come in or is this going to sell off? Boom. Looks like VWAP saved SPY for the time being. Tesla moving up in a hurry. Whoa, look at that move on Tesla. Big move. That's a 1 minute bar. Big move. Right off SPY VWAP. Got a nice bounce here. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream here. If you're interested, jump into our Discord. I'm about to go into there right now and catch up with everyone. All right, so thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you guys that have commented. Appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up, and I will see you soon.